All right, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, or should I say my fellow necromancers, it is the one and only number one necrophiliac in the house, Delia, and you are listening to Delia's Dark Side on Skidrow Studios. And I got my homeboy in the house. What's up, Dark Mark?
I guess I'm the number two necrophiliac in the house.
I guess so. And Dark Mark has his own show here at Skidrow Studios as well. It's the Dark Mark Show on Thursdays at 8 p.m., is it?
That's correct.
Yeah, so we were talking just before we started, and I was asking you, how you got started with the Dark Mark Show. Can you kind of chime me in on that?
Well, I didn't know we were going to get right into it.
Oh, yeah, let's get right into it.
First off, I was going to talk about how we met.
Oh, well, let's do that. Let's talk about how we met.
Now, and it's funny because I remember when the rumors started that Delia was coming over to Skid Row, and people were like, oh, no, another dark show on Skid Row Studios.
Really? People were saying
another
that?
darkly comic show. Well, let's pretend they did. So another darkly comic show. Don't you feel, somebody's infringing on your territory? Because I've been here since August. And I said no, because I love Delia. Mm-hmm. And if it was up to me, all shows would be goth and dark theme here at Skid Row Studios. But it's not up to me. It's up to Jeremy. And I actually I'm just kidding. We have a lot of great shows on Skid Row Studios.
Right.
And why not have a couple of them? But I've known you for 5-6 years?
No, longer than that. Because we've been going to Bar Sinister for, I think, about 10 years now. Was it the first time you went to Bar Sinister that you saw me? No, it was like a few weeks or something like that.
Okay, so I'm older than I let on, but you came up to me. You came right up to me, and it's very unusual that a beautiful woman such as yourself will just come right up to me.
Oh, well, thank you.
And so I was like, wow. Although, actually, a beautiful African-American woman, that's not as unusual as beautiful white women, but we'll talk about that. But so you're like, oh my God, you look like my husband.
Well, he wasn't my husband at the time. He was my boyfriend.
Okay, you look like my boyfriend.
Yeah.
If he was goth, because I was all made up.
Yeah.
And I guess and now I've met, I don't know if I'm supposed to name him, but
Patrick, yes, you can name him.
And then Patrick, your boo, and yes, you do have great taste in men. He does sort of look like me. He's
he does.
Part Italian. I think he's all Italian.
Yeah,
right?
he's all Italian.
Okay, so.
Yeah, we were just talking about also that you kind of look like his nephew, David, who looks like him too. So yeah, in the whole circle, yes, you guys all look alike. So you should be part of the Brocato family.
Yeah, well, I'll come over. I'm sure the pasta is very good at the Brocato house.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Actually, we're at a party last night at the house and had all Italian food and some Mexican food there, and the food is just great all the time at the house. But yeah, so you were talking about people were saying that there was going to be another dark show, but do they know that I've been dark for 8 years?
They didn't know you. It was funny because the funniest thing about it was Jeremy, the guy, the owner, the man that makes Skidrow Studios run.
Right.
He didn't tell me. Because I remember I had heard you were coming over, and I was delighted. Actually, you did.
I remember when I announced it on Delia's Dark Side radio show on Facebook.
Well, you emailed me first to say I'm coming over to Skidrow Studios.
I
you paid me my tribute, the Italian way, and that was fine. And then and then you announced it, and I was like, "Hey, Jeremy, what's going?" Jeremy's like, "Oh, I got a bunch of good new shows coming up." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, and because you had already signed up to come to Skidrow Studios, but he never mentioned it to me. He's like, oh, there's this girl. She says she knows you. I pretended like I didn't know, but I knew you were coming.
I met him that same day that I IM'd you, because when I came here, he's like, yeah, does Mark know that you're coming? I go, no, I haven't told him yet. I'm going to tell him. I was going to wait until after we saw the studio, whatever, and talked to him, and then made our decision.
Which is great. I love the studio.
I love the studio. This is the best studio that I've been in, and I've been in 2 so far, and this is pretty awesome, and everything is on point, and they do a lot for the hosts here.
It's painted black.
Yeah, I like that.
And I was like, I've been friends with Delia for years. I love her. That's fine. And I remember you had a show, and I never heard it on your website. Now my internet's down, so.
Yeah.
But I listened to your shows here, and I liked them. I was very entertained.
It's very weird because a lot of people try to go on my website, and for some reason, it's really hard for them to get the show up. For some reason, it takes like a lot of time. So I do like 7-minute segments on that show, just so, it'll come up even faster. But I don't know if people are still having problems, but now they can just, go to Skidrow Studios and see me there if they can't get it up on my my website.
That's what I was listening to today, and I was very impressed. First off, anybody who starts off with necrophilia is somebody after my own heart. So I dug it.
Yeah. I've been into necrophilia ever since I was a kid because my father. I don't know if you remember, like, heard the first show, but I was talking about how my father used to be a mortician.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember when I was a little older, I asked him one day. I was like, "Dad, you know what? Somebody was talking somewhere. I heard about necrophilia." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's something about, like, people having sex with dead people. I go, have you ever witnessed that in, your field of, being a mortician? He was like, yeah, actually, there was a man who worked in the morgue who used to have sex with the dead women that would come in there.
Wow.
And I was like, what, are you serious? This is like something like, somebody actually did that shit? And it was a black man of all people. Like, normally when crazy shit is going on,
That begs the question, was the corpse a fat white woman, or who was the corpse?
I don't know. I think it was some everybody. Yeah. Probably if they were hot too,
I would hope so, yeah, because if you're gonna have sex with a dead, make sure it's a hot corpse.
Yeah,
and it's a lot easier to do for a man to do it than a woman. I remember you were saying the differential there, because hard to get an erect penis when they're dead.
Yeah, there's one woman. She inserted like a stent or something inside the penis.
Oh,
yes, but he's
dead,
so he can't feel it.
To
make the penis hard, and then she would fuck him.
Nice.
But I would think it would be a lot harder for a woman.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work you got to do.
You got to get a stent. You got to have medical training. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
But then for a man too, why would a man want to fuck dead cold pussy? I mean, it's not getting wet and it's not warm.
Well, there is KY, but I like pasty white women. I like that complexion, but I like them to be living. So that's just me. I do like a pulse. I prefer a pulse.
I guess that would help.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But but I've been here at Skidrow Studios. Actually, my show's going to have their 1-year anniversary this week. But I've been here for since August. Mm-hmm. We started at Universal Studios at the GoCast Network.
Okay, never heard of it, but okay.
Well, you remember the last time you saw me, I think, was when I did the show at the John Lovitz Club.
Right.
They had a booth on the second floor where they were doing podcasts at the John Lovitz Club.
Okay.
And that's where I initially did the Dark Mark show, April 1st, 2013. My math's also off.
Right.
April 1st, 2013. My guests were Bree Walker, cross-dressing comedian Susan McIntosh, and goth magician Michael Vile. I don't know if you ever see Michael Vile, but he's great.
No.
So that was going great, and then and my co-host was Hell's Bell at the time, and she's crazy. She's wild, big boobs, tattoos, just like I like them. Mm-hmm. So then, about 5 weeks into it, they're like, the guy from GoCast. I heard this from another host that GoCast was going under.
Okay.
So no more shows, and then they let us do another show. And then they took all the equipment out of the studio. Mm-hmm. So Emery, who does does two shows, the Ardent Atheist podcast and Skeptically Yours, which are big hit shows that are in the top 200 on iTunes, said you can do the show at my house until you find another studio. I thought that'd be like a couple of weeks. It turned out to be 2.5 months.
Yeah, I remember it was a long time. I would see pictures and stuff. I'm like, is he doing this out of his house like me? Cool.
I wish my house was that nice, but I'm so grateful for both he and his girlfriend and co-host Heather Henderson. That's another white man, black woman, beautiful couple, and that seems to work out.
Yeah,
so
it does work out.
She's beautiful, and he's and he's very pale complected. So it's I guess it's kind of like necrophilia there. So then I was shopping for studios. I looked at every studio. I don't know how I passed over Skid Row. Once I walked in here, I'm like, this is home. And Jeremy saw my show, got the show. He said, Das Bunker on radio. I love it. And we've been here ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, you were saying that you like pasty white women. I like pasty white men, so.
I know. And the ironic thing is, as you know, African-American women love me. I can't lose.
Really?
And why is that? Tell me.
I don't know why.
But you find me attractive.
Well, I think you favor my husband.
In a rhetorical way, Patrick. It's,
well, you look like my husband, so yes, my husband is very attractive. So
right.
yeah. I mean, I'm attracted to a lot of different men, though, not just white men.
Right.
So I mean, it could be something about your eyes, body, whatever, personality is something.
Well, beauty is beauty.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming my eyes
maybe
and personality.
Because you're a thick white man, black women like that.
I think that's what it is because
baby got back. So.
Right. Because white women, especially goth white women, they love that real skinny guy thing, and not and African American women seem not to. They like a little thicker guy.
I used to be into the skinny like rail thin guys, but
Right.
yeah, after my husband, I was like, yeah, once you go thick, you can't go back.
Exactly.
You get a lot of cushion in the pushing.
Exactly, but you'd be amazed. It's just weird. It's like it's African American women, gay men, and really old women, and that's it.
That's funny because gay men like him too.
I'll bet they do. He's the bear. We're bears.
Yeah.
We're the bears.
We go out on Halloween.
Right.
And we get into these clubs, especially when I'm dressed as Rick James. Like we get in clubs
That's
for
great.
free.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, what's he dressed as? Linda
Nothing.
Blair?
No. He should be. He won't dress up. He won't wear makeup or none of that shit.
Because
No,
if
he'll
you
just
were
go.
Rick James and he was Linda Blair, that would be
Or
badass.
Tina Marie, right?
Yeah,
that'd
exactly.
be badass. But no, he
I'm
won't.
trying to think of a
He
Tina
ain't
Marie
going out
costume.
like that. He's way too butch to be putting on lipstick.
Well, that's
and
what would be funny
wigs.
about it.
I
But if you do Linda
know.
Blair, you can do the whole Exorcist Linda Blair. So
Yeah.
so it's not like he's cross-dressing. He's doing a horror themed
So
thing.
you know about the Rick James Linda Blair thing
Everybody
too, right?
knows that. Who
I
doesn't
didn't know
that?
about that until one of my clients when I used to do hair told me about that. I was like, really?
That was
and then,
big, yeah.
Yeah, when I got the picture on my Facebook, I was like, oh shit. So I posted it and everybody was liking it. But yeah, I didn't even know about that.
I think it killed both their careers. To be honest with you. I'm not really sure how, but because she didn't really she was hot at the time, and then she sort of was off the radar for a while, and his music career sort of tumbled from there. So I don't know. I mean, he was still putting out great albums, but people were stopped minding. But that's when he started putting out songs like Golden Showers and really weird. It's like we can go with Super Freak, but not Golden Showers, dude. Give me a break. But he was a musical genius.
He was awesome.
But he sounds like a real just crazy person. One of these people that you're just like,
I mean, locking bitches in a dungeon for like 30 days or something, and like with nothing to eat and fucking like dominating them and beating the shit out of them. Yeah, I would think so. And have them doing nothing but crack cocaine.
right? You know,
That's a crazy motherfucker.
well, but you don't do that on the first date. You got to know somebody for a while
No, he
before
does.
you do that. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I got a first date idea. Nobody's ever done it before, and nobody will again.
This
But
is a Rick James original, bitch.
but I'll bet you anything that Rick James made Linda Blair's head turn around for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he turned her out. But yeah, I could see. Yeah, think about that Halloween, Patrick. Think about that for Halloween. You're Rick James. He dressed like Linda Blair, but the Exorcist Linda Blair. So he's not trying to be a pretty woman. He's just trying. It's a horror themed thing. Or
He has
Tina
this
Marie. I'm
thing
trying
about
to think.
makeup, and he sweats a lot.
Yeah, me too.
You know, Well, he doesn't like sweating. He hates putting on makeup or anything, dude. If he can go out naked, he would.
Right. Well, please don't, Patrick. Please. Although you know something I don't, but that's why I didn't put the white makeup on today. So I just kind of figured I'd be casual with the guy liner and lipstick. But and that's what you're saying, because you're like, you look just like him with makeup on. And I've been trying to put makeup on him for years.
I put makeup on him a few times, like when we're really drunk, and I just make him sit there, and I just like have to tie his ass down and like bind him to the fucking chair, and I put like red lipstick and some blush on him. He'll be sitting there. Like, looking all pissed off at me.
Which
I'm
will
like,
tell you how-
should do this when we go to Bar Sinister.
This will tell you how great a lover Dahlia is, because you know you're giving him some good stuff if he's sitting down there letting you put makeup on you.
Well, what can I say?
That's a powerful vagina. It's like, okay, you're going to give me some later, right? Okay, I'll sit down and you can put makeup on. And do you give him haircuts too?
Yeah, I cut his hair.
Yeah, and you should, because, I mean, we don't know anything about it. Saves money, whatever.
Yeah.
And his hair looked good today, so you know what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, 18
dress
years in the
him?
business. Yes, I do buy his clothes sometimes now.
That's right, you were a hairdresser. I didn't even make the correlation.
Yeah.
But and you because he's a stylish guy, but I can tell it's your influence.
Yeah, I'm making him go more hard rocker.
Right.
Yeah.
How did he get in the control booth all of a sudden? We're talking about it, but it's one of those things. So Linda Blair, Rick James, we were talking about that, and then
have you ever heard the song "Cold Blooded" by Rick James?
I think I have.
Blood. That one that was inspired. That was written for her, for Linda Blair.
Right. No, I got the greatest hits on my iPod.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think. Because I don't, I've heard all, I love Rick James. I actually, it's not goth to say, but Rick James was a musical genius.
Yeah.
And if you, and all you young kids out there listening to this, if you have not heard Rick James and you just think he's a joke on the Chappelle Show, you got to listen to that music. I mean, the fact that he made Eddie Murphy sound good, that'll tell you, because he's never sounded good since singing.
I know.
Except maybe in like Shrek or something. But Party All the Time, you can say what you want. That is a good track.
You know you're gangster when you're in a recording studio smoking crack while somebody is singing, while you're producing somebody. You know you're a gangster.
Not just somebody,
you're
the biggest star in the world. Because Eddie Murphy was the biggest star in the world then.
At that time, yeah.
And he was smoking crack going there, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he produced The Temptations. I actually had Cornelius Grant on my show, who was the original guitar player for The Temptations. He actually was the musical director for The Temptations. And we didn't get into any Rick James talk, but he was talking about Marvin Gaye. He was talking about Mary Wells. And, I mean, these people, but he was talking about the band that he put in for The Temptations, not just the studio band, which was amazing, but he, on tour, had the band, they had a three-piece band. They had guitar, bass, and drums, or maybe guitar, keyboard, and drum, and they had to recreate that Temptation sound live, and they did. So these people that worked for Motown, and that's where Rick James started, they know what they're doing.
Yep.
And that's we have a guy coming on our show on Thursday that's kind of like that. His name is G. Tom Mack. And you know him because he did the song Cry Little Sister from the Lost Boys soundtrack.
Oh, okay. I love that song.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's more than that song, though, but he started out in a soul band in Harlem. And he's a white guy, very, very white guy. And then he became a bass player for Jackson Browne. He worked for Carly Simon. He produced Kiss. He produced Roger Daltrey. He's been doing songs for the soundtracks for Jerry Bruckheimer movies for 20 years. And he's really known for that song has never got out of the goth clubs, Cry Little Sister. Everybody loves that song.
I love that song, yeah.
So that's going to be good. And but it's... I don't know. This is kind of like my show, where the conversation is going where it goes. But Rick James is a genius, a musical genius, should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And absolutely, I think so.
Yeah, no, I didn't do my face like that because I was trying to think, is he?
No,
he's not.
I don't think he ever will be, but he should. I mean, he started out in the band with Neil Young in the '60s. This guy, he knows what he's doing.
Right.
Well, not anymore, but he did.
Yeah.
So enough of Rick James.
So we're going to go to break, and then we come back. Got some more fabulous things to talk about right after this. Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Delia's Dark Side. So if you want to give me or Dark Mark a call on the show right now, you can do that. The number is 1-800-893-9562. So we were talking about Rick James after the break. I want to go ahead and give this plug before I forget, before we get into another conversation or something. But my friend... Rob Elfazy, he's the lead singer from Dead Man's Party. They're doing their benefit concert today at the Gas Lamp in Long Beach. And they're doing a benefit concert for his recording studio, Stage 1. It's in Orange County. So all you local bands out there, if you're looking for a studio to, play, rehearse your bands or whatever, it's in Orange County. And it's called Stage 1. You can look it up on Facebook, or you can go on and Google it. And my friend's name is Rob Elfazy. Just tell him that Delia's Dark Side sent you. Today they're doing their benefit concert at at the Gas Lamp in Long Beach right now. They're probably on stage right now as we're talking. So have a good show, everybody. Dead Man's Party, and let's get back.
It's so funny you should mention that because when I was listening to your show, your theme song is an Oingo Boingo song.
Yeah.
And it had been a while since I heard that song. I got to start digging through my old Oingo Boingo CDs and find that one because it's a great song. I was like, wow, this is a great song. And then I was like, I've heard this before, but I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And Danny Elfman's voice came out. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, I kind of had to gear away from that because I heard that, we can't use a lot of, mainstream people because,
I'm sorry I mentioned it, but...
yeah. No, I mean, we can, you can mention it, but yeah, I couldn't.
Okay.
I was going to actually use that, but now...
You're going to get a new theme song.
Huh?
You're going to get a new theme song.
I am?
Are you?
No, that's my theme. That's always been my theme song, this She Wants Revenge intro. The one that plays right now.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, just the instrumental, yeah. But since Danny Elfman's voice was, on there.
So you switched it from, I didn't hear the new one, okay.
I was going to have that one as my new one.
Right.
But, I found out that we couldn't use it only because I think his voice.
Right.
If it just was, if it was just instrumental, then it would be okay. But, yeah.
Well, one thing I also found out, which I didn't know from the show, that we have in common.
What?
Is we both done call-ins for Man Cow Show.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't get paid for a year.
Oh, my God. The same thing with me.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Seriously.
He owes me like $200.
Oh, you do?
Harry Barbarian?
I remember Harry Barbarian. He's the one that hooked it up. What's going on? I haven't seen Harry Barbarian in years.
Oh, my God. It was so funny, too, because I did like 4 different call-ins, did different characters for him. Right. And I was supposed to get paid like $50 for each show. Never got paid.
Right.
And then like about a year later, he friended me on Facebook. And the first thing when I see him, I was like, oh, shit. I fucking message him. Like I IM'd him, not IM'd him, but I put like a message on this thing, and I go, I want my fucking money, Harry Barbarian. And he immediately deleted my ass and blocked
me. They actually eventually paid me, but it took a year.
He paid you?
Yeah, because I ran into I did it. Mm-hmm. I called in as first I called in as a guy who couldn't stop masturbating at work. Typecasting, and then I called in as a guy who took his cat and fed it to his dog. And that one got a lot of callers. I was on for like an hour for that one, right? Mm-hmm. So then I was like, okay. So, and I didn't see Harry Barbarian. Well, I saw him a couple times after that because he was doing comedy. Uh-huh. And so I'm like, so when am I getting paid? He's like, oh, they're working on it. When am I getting paid? We're working on it. Then I didn't see him for like 6 months. Then I saw him in a comedy thing. I'm like, dude, when am I going to get paid? And he's like, oh, you never got paid? So then he actually, he's like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get your money in like a week. So a month later, I get an envelope from whatever network that Man Cow was working on at the time, with a check and a bunch of Man Cow bumper stickers to put on my car. Like, dude, if you paid me right away, maybe I'd put it on my car, but I don't think so. So I don't know Man Cow personally. I don't know if that's him or just. Yeah. If that's if that's Harry Barbarian or anybody he works with. But
the funny thing is I never met him personally. I don't know what I actually saw his picture finally when he friended me. But
he sort of has that great, that wonderful look that Patrick and I have. He's got the goatee, the facial hair and the spiky hair. He's Man Cow, yeah. Mm-hmm. But now he's like conservative. He's like Rush Limbaugh. He's doing since 9/11, he's done like a whole transition. He's instead of imitating Howard Stern, now he imitates Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh, so he's not doing the same shtick, I don't think.
So is he still on the radio?
Well, he was never on the radio really in the West Coast. Like every time they would add him in Vegas or LA, he would bomb. So he never. But I think in Chicago he's still on.
Oh, okay.
And he guest stars on like Fox News and all that stuff. That's where I've seen him lately.
Yeah.
Next he'll be having a show at Skidrow Studios.
He probably will. Then I will whoop his ass.
Yeah, he better pay you then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so we were talking, and I was telling you some of the topics that I had for my show. And one of them was, why do people say that they're done with drama when they're the main fucking people that start the drama?
Right.
They're the ones that, start the drama, and then, they're in it, you know what I mean? They're, instigating it, and then all of a sudden, they don't want to have anything to do with the drama.
Well, you just hit it right on the head. The ones that are always saying, I'm sick of the drama, I'm sick of the games, are the ones that cause the drama and cause the games.
Yeah, because we have a friend, and I'm so sick of this motherfucker. He's like, I don't know, I think he's like manic depressive or something. Every time we go out, it's like, he's like one of these people that always cries because he can't get no pussy. One of the reasons...
Well, I can relate to that.
But, I mean, at least you get pussy, though.
But I don't cry.
You don't cry.
I don't cry about it.
You don't sit in the corner and huddle and like a, like a ball and, cry that you're not getting no pussy.
Actually, honestly, there have been...
You have?
No, there have been times where... Not lately, but there have been times where it's been kind of that bad, where I have actually gone out and just struck out a few times and just been kind of sad and just kind of sit in the corner. And I don't cry, but I'm just feeling sorry for myself, which is the worst thing to do. But I know I'm conscious of that I'm doing it, and I know that it's not the right thing to do.
Oh, I remember one time you went off on me at Bar Sinister because that shit. Yeah, I remember that. But you apologized for it. I remember one time.
It was a bad. I had a bad night that night.
We were going somewhere, and I was asking you to come with us, and you were like, "I gotta find me some pussy," and I was like, "Oh man, just come outside with us." You're like, "Are you gonna give me some pussy?" I was like, "No." It's like, go with your bad self.
Well, but here's. I was having a really bad night, and I do apologize again to you. I don't even remember that, but I remember one time. It was what was weird about that. So I think there's been a couple times where you and your husband have invited me out.
Yeah,
and I've always been like, what's that about?
You think it's like a menage on three?
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Did you listen to my show last week? The one last week when I was talking about
I didn't listen to the whole thing.
When that was the openings, like, is it wrong to want to be a swinger?
I will be honest with you. I think one time I sort of got that vibe that's what you wanted. I may not
reply.
I may have been getting the wrong vibe, but that's the vibe I was getting. But that's the thing, you get weird vibes from people you don't know.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. It's funny because we can have a menage a trois as long as it's with a girl, but he won't do anything. That's what this lesbian story is about. He won't do anything. He just likes to watch.
Right.
Like with this girl that I had, the lesbian that I was, with, it was Memorial Day weekend. I was having a party, and she was a friend of mine and coworker.
Well, that's a party.
Yeah. But it would happen after, everybody went home. It was about 8:00 the next morning. Like our party was going. Yeah, that was a badass party.
Right.
And she came on to me. So he came and instigated the whole lesbian experience.
Way to go to Patrick.
Yeah, he put my head and her head together, and we were all fucked up. He
always
bashed our heads together.
Like WWF, a butt sort of thing?
He was like, now kiss. And so we're kissing and whatever.
So which begs the question, does he do that when he wants oral? Take your head and...
No, sometimes I just do it.
No, but has he ever take your head and pushed it down?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the move he was doing, was pushing your heads together.
Yeah. Yeah, he pushed our heads together, and one thing led to another, and she went down on me, and she's like, "Oh my God, you have such a pretty pussy." That turns me on when bitches tell me that. I'm like,
hold on,
really?
let me get on the table here. Hold on.
What constitutes a pretty pussy? But okay, thank you.
What do you think constitutes it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't really I used to take mirrors and shit look down there when I was little, yeah. But I don't know. I kind of grew out of that shit.
All the lettuces in the taco.
Yeah, all the lettuces, of course.
Yes. I've seen some interesting things, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'll be honest with you, because I've seen very few vaginas. And
you've seen very few?
I have seen very few. You know me. I haven't seen as many as you think I've seen. But... and I'm not a big porno watcher, so I just they're all different.
Yeah, they are.
They're all different, and they're all interesting. But the thing about now, I knew this as a guy because a woman wouldn't be like this. There's women that have drama that wouldn't have the drama. I don't get laid drama. There's women that have different drama, like this guy cheated on me. This guy's doing this. That's their different drama. But you don't hear women with the I don't get laid drama because they can just go out and get laid. Right. But the difference between men and women now. When a man is hitting on you, a man's interested in you, it's very clear.
Right.
When women are interested in men, they send out smoke signals, a very hard things to read, Morse code. You don't know. And I've misread the signals quite a bit. Like I say, the signal that you thought you wanted me to hang out with you and your husband. I thought
we just liked you. We thought you were a cool guy to hang out with, whatever. And
in retrospect, the day that I didn't get any pussy, I should have come with you. Maybe Patrick could have took my head and some girls' head, mashed it together, and we'd done a headbutt. But it's but I always say it's misreading because I thought it was like a cuckolded situation, like Patrick would be watching me with you, and then
no, ain't none of that shit. He won't let a dick get like 500 feet within.
Well, no, I know. So I just met you guys then. I didn't know the story, but I just had a recent situation where there was a girl that I never thought I had any chance with, just out of my league, right?
Right.
But then we got close, and not only was she sending weird signals to me, but I had my friends tell me she's into you. Female friends, she's totally into you.
So she told them?
Well, I'd heard that she told them, or not told them out overtly, but had said, done things, and they interpreted it that way.
Okay.
And then I put the move, and it could be nothing further from the truth.
Really?
She even told me she loved me.
She told you she loved you?
Right. She was very, very drunk.
Okay.
And I think
I'm confused. Wait,
I'm confused too. I think I actually
put the moves on her, and she
here's
no.
Here's the when she told me she loved me, I didn't put the moves on her because she was so.
Okay.
How's the language here?
Huh?
Can I use profanity?
Yes.
Yeah, she was shit faced drunk.
This is the show. This is a video show. This is the show.
Right. Well, you've never done Ginger Lynn's show. I got a hand job on that show, and
what?
Yeah. So anyway. That's a whole different story.
Oh, Mark.
From Nina Hartley.
Okay, I don't know. She's
a porn star. She's a porn star.
Okay.
So, and when Ginger Lynn was on my show.
I should have watched it because I'm interested in knowing how big you are. I should have watched that one.
Oh, wait a second.
Are you hanging
really
or
interested in how big I am?
No, don't take it out. It's okay.
Because I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
No, I'm not going to get a ruler and measure. That's okay.
But you've heard. It's true in my act. The first African American woman, my African American girlfriend LaShonda, when we were making out, and she asked me that question. White women don't have any. Black women are curious. White women don't care. Latin women don't care.
Don't care about what?
Jenny in the booth does not care how big my dick is. White women don't care about how big my dick is. Black women seem to wonder how big my dick is.
Well, because you're saying, like you've seen very few pussies and, whatever. So, I mean, you're obviously you like sex. So I want to know, are you hanging? Like, I just want to know.
I'll be honest
You're
with
half
you.
Italian, so
I'm quarter Italian.
Quarter, okay.
Yeah, so your husband's got the sausage, but
yeah,
I'll tell you. Like I said, I had my ex-girlfriend LaShonda's like, how big's your dick? And I don't know. I never measure it. I never have measured it. So I just whipped it out. She looked it up and down and said, that's the most perfectly shaped penis I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Followed by, it looks like it's never been used. So, but what I've been told is that length, average, but girthy.
Okay.
And Nina Hartley said my testicles were big, and said that it was good. And she's been with porn stars, so it's not exceptionally long. I will be honest. It's kind of like me. It's thick.
Okay, yeah. Just my husband is too, and sometimes I make fun of him.
I really needed to know that.
Yeah, well, you want to look? No, seriously, like I make fun of him sometimes, and I like say that his balls are perky, because like some men's balls just like hang there, girl. They be like dragging the floor and shit, but no, his are like if he had breasts, like they would be perfectly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
perfectly perky breasts.
So no shrunken apple heads.
No hanging ass balls.
So he's got good ball cleavage.
Yeah, he's got nice balls.
Nice. Funny you should mention that, because how involved are you with the balls?
Pretty much, yeah.
Really? Because it's funny because I'm going to be mentioning this on the next show. I'll be on Sex and Deputy, so I might as well. I actually did get some action last night, so that's why I'm in such a great mood. And she was
awesome.
very, very attentive to the balls, more than I'm used to.
Okay.
A lot of teabagging.
Really?
And I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not used. I've only had 2 women that I've been with, her and this other woman. I mean, everybody else seems to like, they'll lick the balls, a little bit of that, and just kind of slide by the balls and get right to. She was all over the balls, And this other one that I went out with loved the balls, so it's very strange. So you're into balls?
Yeah, I'm into balls.
So I know women that like, I wish there weren't any balls. I just want the shaft. That's all I want.
Yeah, no, you got to include the balls too.
Because on the rabbits and the dildos and the vibrators, you rarely see balls.
Speaking of vibrators.
You got yours?
Yeah, because this fucking vibrator, it's a really weird shaping vibrator. It's the same vibrator.
Now we're at the Skidrow Studio show. Okay, that's very ball shaped.
Now it won't come on. See, this fucking bitch is haunted. It has its own mind. Okay.
It's time for a new vibrator, Patrick. When's your birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
Let's see, there it is. Okay, I was sleeping Friday morning.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to wake up until 7:30 to get ready to go to the gym.
All right.
7:15, I hear in my top drawer, nothing sitting on top of it. Mm-hmm. It's in the drawer closed with laying face up, okay? It just goes off by itself. It's like, I told Patrick, he's like, it wants you. I'm like, what the fuck? And it scared the fuck out of me because, it
wants Patrick or it wants you?
It wants me.
Oh, okay.
He's like... So I'm like disheveled and I'm like, my heart's beating fast. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was like my alarm clock on my iPad. Right. And I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? I open the thing, it's this son of a bitch going off. My haunted vibrator.
For people listening on audio, this is not a penis-shaped vibrator. It looks like more like a back massager.
Yeah.
It's a circle. It's a flat thing with a circle on it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's something you probably could and have used on Patrick.
I haven't used it on him, but
no, because it's not something. And don't misunderstand. It's not something you would stick up somebody's ass. It's something you could probably use on his body and on his penis and get him aroused.
No, I've never used it. Actually, well, I probably.
See, now I'm giving you ideas.
Yeah, now you are.
But how do you use that on your vagina? That's what I want to know.
It's pretty big, actually. We're getting to that. I was working on my routines because I'm about to, start teaching dance again next week. So I was working on my routines, and I was like, so tired, and I was so happy that I finally finished everything. So I was laying there and I was like, fuck, I'm so horny right now.
The endorphins.
So, yeah. So I go and I get this out of the drawer and I'm like sitting there on the couch and I'm like, I got it on my fucking vagina. It's like bigger than, it covers my whole damn vagina, and it was like starting to get hot. So I didn't like it. I didn't really like it because it just like, it's so big. Like,
right. So is that the only?
It was vibrating my whole fucking vagina. Like, so I had to go and get my little.
This show is great.
So I had to go and get my plug-in. I need some new fucking vibrators. If somebody can please give me some new
well, unfortunately,
sex
Ginger
toys.
Lynn's stash over there is locked. But because there's plenty in there.
Really?
But if anybody listening to Delia's Dark Side wants to donate a vibrator, not a used one, a new one.
Please, not a used one.
Yes, please. If wants to buy Delia a vibrator, if anybody who is looking at Delia's beautiful picture on Facebook or on her website, call up 1-800-893-9562.
Yes.
Actually, you should do a pledge drive on your show to get Delia the vibrator. Do you have penis-shaped vibrators? Like Rabbit? Do you have
actually a friend of mine. He was like kissing my ass because I fucking hated him. He got me the Oh My Bod when it first came out. Have you heard of those?
No.
They're vibrators. They're not really like penis shaped, but they're like the long ones.
Right.
And it actually vibrates to music. So you hook it into your iPad and it like vibrates to the. I used it a couple of times and actually worked pretty good.
So what are the best songs to vibrate to? Like, I would imagine Nine Inch Nails Closer. Or you could probably use my favorite, the best album to have sex to.
Mm-hmm. What?
Massive Attack, Mezzanine.
I love Massive Attack.
You ever made love to Massive Attack's Mezzanine?
I never heard of it, but I'll.
You've never heard the album Mezzanine?
I'll download it. Mezzanine. No, I haven't.
I will give you a copy.
Please do.
You've never. There's someone with Teardrop on it. Angel.
I know a few of theirs. Angel, you are my angel. I love that. I love that.
So that's how it starts out. You are, but the songs go fast, slow, fast, slow. There's female singers, there's male singers, and it just builds to this climax. The next to last song just builds to this climax where the guy and the girl are singing together. It's the girl from the Cocteau Twins are singing together on this real intense track, and then the last track sort of smooths it out. Oh. But it's basically a record made to have sex to.
Okay.
And the beats just go down. I mean, the first song is da-na-na-na, the angel da-na-na, and then it just goes fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. It's perfect. What is your favorite album to have sex to?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite album to have sex to. I just like have sex. When I don't.
Right.
But I don't. I guess back in the day it would be Prince.
Prince is good.
Yeah.
Prince is good. So
Yeah.
did you use Prince with the vibrator?
No, actually, I had like some Daft Punk, doom, like that bass, zoom, doom, doom,
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
Around the world, around the world.
Yeah.
And then you go around the world.
Yeah, and then or like house music or stuff like that. I like that kind of music.
Right.
But most of the time I didn't use it with it because I didn't like the like beats. I like just like a steady beat, so I would just use it, without the music.
I would imagine Slayer and Megadeth's probably not good.
Because, I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I'd be like too uptight, angry and shit. Exactly.
Like Ministry or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Just one fake.
So, were you ever, like, girl crazy in high school or junior high school?
I was completely girl crazy in junior high school and high school. Actually, junior high school was my peak.
Okay.
Oddly enough, because I was, I'm sure this just shocks everybody that's listening to your show, my show.
Uh-huh.
I was a complete nerd in elementary school. Just all about scholastics to the point where I was a real ass. Like I would correct adults' English, things like that, just horrible. And I would make a point not to be social to anybody. I had a couple friends, but they were nerds too. And then when we moved around a lot. So I got into a school at a small town, Loveland, Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And that was the peak of my popularity. It was weird. And then then we moved to Denver, and like girls took notice.
Uh-huh.
I went through puberty, and and I was girl crazy, and so I actually was scoring very well. Not I didn't have sex, but I got girls' attention, and it was really weird.
Uh-huh.
If I knew what to do with it, I could have, I probably would, I'd probably have a grown son by now. But I didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
Then when I went to high school, I was in California, and our house burned down, so we didn't have we had to go to the thrift store for our clothes. So I get made fun of all the time. So I got knocked back down the social rung. But I've always been girl crazy. I've never not been girl crazy.
The reason why I asked is because I was talking to my girlfriends. We were at Fridays the other day.
Okay,
actually on Friday. And they were asking me, if I got good grades or whatever. We're talking about school because she was telling me about her son and how she gets all the text messages and his grades or whatever and from school. And I'm like, I'm so fucking glad that shit was not out when I was in school because I was too fucking boy crazy and I got really bad grades because of it. I was so boy crazy that my underwear just stayed soggy all day long because that's all I did in class was just fantasize. And I didn't understand why my panties were getting so wet. I didn't know what that shit was either. I don't know if I was cracking eggs in my pussy or something. I don't know, but it was really soggy. Yeah. And so, it really took over my mind, being boy crazy. So I was telling them that one time I was having a birthday party and I made sure that I met the mailman before he put that, because I knew that report card was coming that day, and I didn't want anything to fuck up my father going to get my shit for my party.
Right.
So I met the mailman, and I got the report card. This report card spelled deaf.
DEF.
No, DDFFF.
Oh, nice.
It had 4 L's and 2 D's. And I was, yay!
I'm applauding you for that.
And it's not because I was stupid. I wasn't stupid. I was just too fucking boy crazy.
Wow.
So I remember we were going shopping for my birthday, and I'm shaking or whatever because I hit the report card under my bed, and my cousin was with me, and she knew, and she was singing this song from Patti LaBelle. If only you knew. My father would turn around and be like, "What?" He's I'm like, "Shut up, Maisha." So I was just so boy crazy, and I didn't understand. I would get on the bus with soggy panties and just continue. I think I was squirting at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody even knew what squirting was at that time.
And I was still a virgin too.
Right.
So But I would just fantasize about this guy and, oh my God, if he like came up behind me and like threw me in the bathroom or something and like, oh yeah, we were kissing. Because that's all I would think about really was kissing and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But,
I remember that. Yeah.
How are you going to get soggy draws for thinking about kissing? But I don't know. But I was a horny ass motherfucker, dude.
Because you can't do it now.
Huh?
You can't do it now.
No.
It's funny because I've tried to masturbate to things that I masturbated to when I was like 13.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've obviously, you know, mind over matter. I'm able to accomplish it, but it's not the same.
Right.
Like stuff that I was so excited about then, you're like, I can't believe I was that excited about it. But it was a different time. I was at a different place in my life. I had actually not seen a vagina. Like, you know, Sports Illustrated swimsuit is. So you look at them now and you're like, man, I don't, you know, Ellen Peterson's pretty hot, but that's not that great. But what are you going to do?
I was a little lesbian up until probably like, I don't know, like 13 years old because that's all I knew.
Right.
You know,
I was. So do you squirt now?
I don't know. You have to ask Pat that.
That's a yes. Anyway, so, but I know I was girl with the yes. So they text the report cards now.
No, I don't squirt, but I have multiples.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So they text the grades now.
Yeah, they text the grades to the parents and like if you report cards, all that shit.
So the kids are in trouble now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, my father would have been standing there with that belt.
Yeah, no, my father too. But my grades were good. The thing is, I had grades. I had grades because they had two grades. They had the academic grade and they had the citizenship grade, how well you behaved in class.
Right.
I got multiple times A, especially in history in 11th grade. I think this is unprecedented. I got an A, the highest grade in the class, and a U, unsatisfactory, the lowest citizenship grade anybody could get. And because I would call my teachers by their first name. I was a real ass because I was bored in class. Like I knew what I was smarter than the other kids. So in history, I was always read up on it.
Right.
So I knew what he was talking about. So and then the guy would just sort of like, so I was bored in class. I'm like, hey Walt, how you doing? Shut up. And so me and him would just start getting into it. And I would just it was horrible. But then, you know, he would try to test me. It's like, I'll bet you don't know this. Like, yeah. And so I get the answer. He's like,
Yeah.
And it'd be like, you know, he'd ask people questions. I'd raise my hand. He would try to avoid getting me because he knew I knew the answer. And I would show him up because I was such a bad influence.
So you were the opposite of what I was because I was like the one that would hide in the back, didn't want to be seen by anybody, but I was like a fucking pervert and a stalker too.
Well, wait a second. So this doesn't make sense. So you're boy crazy, but you wanted to lay low?
No, I was like boy crazy, but I didn't want to be like in front of the class. I didn't want the teacher to pick me because I was shy.
But I mean, so it's funny because I remember high school. I remember that like.
But I was I was like, you know, those quiet types.
Did you wear short skirts and kind of hike them up and stuff?
Yeah, I didn't have to because I would buy them short. Like anyway, yeah. So I would dress, you know, cute or whatever. But
a little flash of panties.
Yeah, but then like I didn't have like wet spots on like.
Hot. I didn't know going on Dealer's Dark Side was going to be quite like this. This is interesting.
It was funny because I was watching the news the other day, and there was this little third grader got suspended or something for sexually harassing or sexually assaulting another third grade. You saw that?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was like, what was he doing? Like, did he get caught finger banging her or something like that? Because, dude, I used to get finger banged all the time in class.
Really?
Yes.
Now, here's the story. Let's hear this.
I remember when I was going to Shenandoah, I was in the first grade.
Right.
And I liked this guy named Julio, this little Mexican guy. Mm-hmm. And we were sitting in back of the class, sitting on the floor. I don't see how Mrs. McDonald did not catch this shit. But I remember we were getting ready to go up and do like a Christmas show. But we were sitting like in back and we were sitting on the floor and I had on a little skirt and he had his hands like in my panties. Like.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Yeah.
So Julio was finger banging you in third. What year was this?
First grade.
First grade class.
Yeah. You know, you don't really know what you're doing, but whatever it was, it felt good.
So you got aroused in first grade?
Well, I don't think I came or anything, but I know it felt good. It felt good.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know, fingers going around there. You don't know where they're going.
Right.
I don't even know if he went in the hole or whatever, but he was playing in there. And then we went into the auditorium.
Right.
We're like sitting we're sitting on the benches and stuff getting ready, and we're sitting together like real close like this, all hunched over each other, and he's just got his hands up in there just playing around. And
by the way, Julio, lest you think we're going to press charges, the statute of limitations has expired on your finger banging Delia. So
okay.
That's that was first grade. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
But it was another first grader, so it wasn't like it was like the fucking teacher and shit. You know.
So Mrs. McDonald, what was she doing?
She
were you guys in the back of the class, or
we were in the back of the class?
Oh, that's
we were like kind of like in the middle, but towards the back. Yeah, and then when we were sitting at the bench. When he was doing it, we were like really close, and she's like, "You guys look so cute, all nestled up together." Like, look under the table, Miss McDonald.
She was encouraging the finger banging.
Yeah, and we were just sitting there like, hee.
Now, you were finger painting and finger banging in first grade.
I was a little finger bang hoe.
Wow, and then Look where you are now.
Yeah, like I got a fucking crazy ass sex show.
You got a crazy sex show. Mm-hmm. You're putting makeup on your husband. Yeah. All sorts of things going on.
I got fucking haunted vibrators and shit.
Haunted vibrators. No. You were talking about that last week on your show.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago.
2 weeks in a row?
Yeah. The first time it went off, it was like 3 a.m. So that shit was really scary because that's like the witching hour and shit. Right. That went off, and then there was a game in our bathroom that went off too, like around the same time. But yeah, so it did it like it was Friday, Friday morning.
And just a word to people because this happened last night. If you're having sex, because I was pleasuring the person I was with yesterday, and the phone went off. That's the worst. So you turn your phones off when you're having sex.
Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna stop. How much time? How much time do we have?
3 minutes. 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
So do they want to come in now? Am I running over or what? Okay.
You got 2 minutes, Delia. See, there's a clock right there. That's how you know how much time you have.
All right. So I thought I was going over or something, so I didn't want to get in trouble.
When you get the two of us in studio, we can talk all day. I definitely want to come back, and I definitely want you to have you on my show.
Oh, absolutely.
If you ever have a Thursday free, anytime, we're figuring it out. But I definitely want to have you on my show.
Cool. Yeah. So getting back to have you ever finger banged any girls?
First graders, no. Have I finger banged girls? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm good with my fingers. I get the compliments. It's weird because we were talking about vaginas are different. Mm-hmm. Some women prefer the fingers. Some women prefer the oral. Uh-huh. And and a lot, if you can combine the two, then but some women don't like when you combine the two.
Right.
Every vagina is different. Right. Do you prefer the oral or the fingers? Same fingers, I would think.
I prefer the oral. I like oral.
Right.
I didn't know about that. I didn't even get my pussy eaten for the first time until I was 13. So.
Oh.
He's like, damn.
Good for you to start late.
Yeah.
Because some women think there's not enough pressure, so they like the fingers, and then some women the fingers is too much and they like the oral.
Right.
So you got to figure it out.
I like oral more so. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Oral. Well, now oral and obviously penetration.
Right.
Yeah.
So good for Patrick.
Yeah. So talking about oral and finger banging and all that shit. Let's go get finger bang people on the dark side.
That's right. Get finger bang people. And also, I did want to, before we run out of time, April 3rd, Thursday, 8 to 9. It's a Dark Mark Show anniversary special.
Cool.
I'm going to have G. Tom Mack, Sin Fisted, and a magician on the show. Josie Cat will be my co-host right here on skidrowstudios.com. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, All Goth Comedian, Tumblr, Dark Mark Show, and I have my one-man show starting June 13th at the Complex Theater. You and Patrick, I definitely want to have you come out one of those nights.
Yeah, send me an invite.
I will.
Yeah, we'll come out.
I will. No finger banging in the crowd, please.
So thank you for joining me here on Delia's Dark Side, and it was good to have you. And I want to give a shout out to my newfound fans around the world, my newfound fans in India. Thank you for liking me on Skid Row Studios. And on that note, we are going to be out of here. Peace out.
Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone.